Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and today we're going to talk about how can we kick those fears out of the window when it comes to your business. So let's get started. Okay, friends, so the first step is to acknowledge your fear. Acknowledge it, that's what's going on. You want to be aware, because if you're aware, then you can put things in place to not fear out the window. But if you're not even aware that you're scared to do something or that fear is stopping you from doing something, then it's hard to fix the problem. It's like you have to understand and accept that there is a problem before you can even move forward in fixing it. And so just acknowledge that you're afraid or you have fear of whatever it is. It may be fear of starting your business. It may be fear of jumping on a new product or a new purchase for your business. It could be so many things as an entrepreneur and a business owner that causes us fear, because again, it goes back to what I shared with you in another video, the risk about taking risk, how it can be scary to take risk. And so acknowledge the fear as my first tip, and then you can move on to the other. The next tip that I have when it comes to fear is to take baby steps. A lot of times if you have fear, say, of starting a business, it's probably because you're thinking about the whole picture of a business and what all it takes and what all you need to do. And that can be overwhelming. Just like I share with my clients in their home, if your home is cluttered and you're trying to think about decluttering the entire house, it's overwhelming. So it creates anxiety and fear and all of those feelings that stop you from being motivated and productive. So it's the same in your business. You know, when you think of, I want to start a business, but you're thinking about all the things that it may take, getting the business license, hiring a team. I don't have a team. How am I going to do this? That is what's going to cause that fear to try to kind of creep in. So instead, take baby steps and say, okay, I'm going to start the business. The first step is I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my mission, and then spend that day focused on the mission for your vision. The second day, you may say, I'm going to start on my business plan. You know, the next day you may start researching products. You know, so break down into little task what you want to do to start that business, because you will find that if you do one small task a day, you can enjoy it. It's not intimidating. You don't have the pressures of thinking about building a whole entire business, but you're being productive and you're getting it done, because one thing in 30 days is 30 things. And so in 1 month's time, you've actually accomplished 30 things in your business, and you've wiped fear away from part of the process. Now, if I do want to say though, if you suffer from anxiety or your fears are triggered by anxiety, I recommend seeing a therapist. Definitely, I don't discount that at all. That can be so helpful for you. It can help you deal with a lot of things outside of your business, and just to make you whole as your whole life, and make you whole in dealing with all of your issues, whether it's home, work, and life. So that is something definitely to seek out. The beautiful thing is there's so many resources now. There's so many resources where you don't even have to leave your home, and you can partake of your therapist right in your living room. So it really is accessible, and I encourage you, if you feel like that's something you need, to definitely take advantage of that, because you don't want to have fear take over your life. I also want to say with that is, I want you to understand that fear is normal. It is something that we all experience at some time. And so it's not that you're not normal if you're fearful, if you hadn't started that business, if you haven't jumped on something that you feel like you should have jumped on because of fear. But it's just, how do we tame it? How do we keep it from disabling us in our lives? And so it is something that is normal. It is something that is our reality, but it's also something that we can deal with. Deep breaths. That's the other thing, friend. If you start feeling fearful or anxiety, take those deep breaths. You know, I recommend when you have those thoughts of, I really want to start a business, but there's all these other businesses out there and they do what I do. And and once you start, you know how fear is. Once you start letting it in, it's going to just flow and flow and flow. And before you know it, you shut down. And so what you want to do is, when those thoughts and when that fear starts to come around, you want to stop. You want to take a deep breath. You want to get out of the moment, and you want to just get yourself back. Give yourself that breather. Take some deep breaths and hit your reset. That is what you're doing in hitting your reset. You then, what I want to tell you is put those blinders on. I tell people all the time, when you're getting into social media or you're getting into business, you have to put those blinders on. You know how the horses have those blinders on so that they don't get distracted by things that are on the side or coming at them from all kinds of directions. They're focused on what's ahead. And that's what you have to do. Focus on what's ahead for you. You're not worried about what he or she or what everyone else is doing, because God has made us unique and we all have our own purpose. And so if you stay true to that, you will succeed in your purpose. So put those blinders on. Another tip, friends, and I did an entire video on this, is positive self-talk. Stop talking yourself out of those things that could be beautiful in your life. So many times we talk ourselves out of that vacation. We talk ourselves out of starting that business. We talk ourselves out of so many things that can enhance our life. So instead of talking yourself out of things, talk yourself into those positive things. Give yourself that encouraging thought. It's so hard sometimes because that's how we have been built for so long. I'm guilty of it myself. And so we have to really just be aware again, and then so that we can cut it off, regroup, and reset. So friends, there are so many ways that you can just eliminate fear or knock it out of your thought process, out of your life when it tries to sneak in. Again, 1, being aware and understanding that it's there, and 2, implement things that work for you. It may be visualization. I know sometimes when I have fear, what I do is I take a piece of paper, I write the word fear on it, and then I bunch it up and throw it in the trash. That simple action is a motivator for me, and it's a way for me to feel like I'm literally throwing fear away. And so it works for me. It may work for you. So figure out what works for you. It may be reading an inspirational quote. It may be reading an inspirational book, whatever, or listening to an inspirational podcast. Whatever it takes for you, figure it out from looking at all the tips that I shared with you today. Try, figure, whatever you need to do to knock that fear out, because really it can be life-changing. So friends, I hope the tips that I shared with you could be helpful. If you have any tips, definitely share them with us in the comments. Also, join my Facebook group, friendgirls.us. That allows you to share with me, I to share with you. It's just a great community that I have over there on Facebook. Would love to have you over there. Also, if you're not subscribed here to the At Work with Nikki family, subscribe and definitely click that like button if you found this video helpful or you enjoyed this type of content. Friends, I hope that you are doing great. I also do want to remind you that my master course is out for professional organizers. If you're interested in becoming a professional organizer, or you have a professional organizing business and you don't quite know what to, it's not running the way you want it to run, this master course can really help you kickstart your business. And if you're a newbie, once you finish that course, your business is set up, because that is what we do through this master. It's a working master course. So you are actually setting up your professional organizing business. So I'll put the link to that down below. I hope you will definitely take the master course and start your journey and start with that. And have a beautiful, beautiful day, my friends. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.